Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that?
Who that?
Who
Bro,
that? Who that? Who that? Can I get up?
My crew. Ah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Saying with the nigga, what you saying with the click stitches? The bitches right here.
Yeah, that
The
shit
player,
started
I
to
don't
get,
know.
that
You
shit
better
started
tell
to
me who you
get
is.
lit.
Trying to get up with my crew.
Nigga, that was one of our cadences when I was in fucking military school, nigga. That shit was funny as hell.
Yeah. That's some shit to get you crunk, bro.
Yeah.
Right before
Right before a 4 mile
mission and shit. I gotta do something for that. Ah, yeah.
Shit right here, everybody. All right, cool. All right. Welcome to another edition, another episode of the No Filter Podcast. Meat to meat. He got me. He got me like the Matrix. I succumbed to the meat to meat.
Might.
Lord, forgive me for my sins. No, welcome to another episode of the No Filter Podcast. This is your host, Josh, a.k.a. I don't even know what my shit is called anymore. What is it called? Hello?
Ooh, disaster.
No, hell no.
Music plus Gamecast.
Music plus Gamecast. I don't ever use that shit, but
all things Sony.
No, we ain't using that one. No, that shit has some undertones to that shit that had to be removed.
Yeah,
I had to delete that shit.
Toy.
Oh shit.
That shit. Music plus Gamecast. That's what your Gamecast, nigga. Music. That's what you gonna call my ass. Music.
Music
Wait, what's that one video of the music so child?
La
la la la la la la la la la.
Singing Nate Dogg on their ass. Music and me go together, perfect harmony.
So we got some topics to talk about. You know me, we got two major news topics to talk about that nobody really takes the time to talk about, and then we got one off-topic subject to talk about. What's on my mind? That's what it is. So let's have our introductions. First and foremost, Killate, what's going on with you, bro? What's on your mind right now? Before we get started, I want to know what's on your mind right now, and it better not be me to me.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, he had to stop himself. That nigga glitched out, yo. He was like,
wait a minute, son.
Wait a minute.
But I'm hoping it stopped fucking raining before I get on this fucking road. But
where are you? Oh, it's raining in Florida too?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like the sun is out. You got half the side of the sky is fucking dark clouds, and the other side is sunny.
That's that Tampa. That's that Tampa weather.
Yeah. You know how Florida do.
You know how it is. Summer rain puts me to sleep and wakes me up again. That song was lit, yo. I wouldn't know who was playing that damn guitar, yo. He was fucking that shit up. Blue, 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 blue. I said, oh shit. You gotta kill it like that. You know, I've been working on this beat, right? By the way, for me personally, what's on my mind is actually that beat. So Black knows I'm like stuck in the 90s. I'm always singing some kind of 90s bullshit, yo. And for some reason was the fucking Queen Latifah shit. Who you call the bitch? U-N-I-T-Y. You gotta let them know. I don't know why that was in my head. I'm not a black bitch with, I'm not black. But for some reason, I was just feeling that saxophone, yo. I said, oh, shit. Nelson, what's going on? I got 8 minutes to listen, but I can stay here for a while. What's going on, Nelson's?
What up,
Nielsen? So, yeah, that's been on my mind. I actually took that one part of the fucking chorus where she was like, I don't know what she was saying, but I took that shit out and chopped that shit to pieces and then made a beat for it. So, you know me, I'll do like a 10 minutes roughly and kind of, work on that and then upload it onto YouTube when I'm done. Black, Malignant Black.
Yeah.
What is on your mind right now?
Man, right now, the show, of course, but motherfucking the Fist, pause. Yo, Forge the Shadow Torch. Y'all gotta go play that if y'all got access to the Steam Go check that out, man. That's gonna be day one for sure. They definitely delivered on what I saw in the trailer, bro. That shit's real, bro. That's a good game.
We were
The
talking about
movement
that.
the movement is key. Cause at first the character feel kind of stiff. I'm like, it's cool, but when you start getting the upgrades, my guy, and he's like, damn, why can I beat this guy? He's like, cause you ain't moving right. So once you start using all the movement options, it get crazy, bro. But I can't wait for that to drop. I can't wait for the full game to drop, man. That's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you know what? I'm reserving judgment. I'm not saying it's bad, but I want to have this shit as a surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so. But let's get into these topics though. So what we're going to talk about today is I hear echo. Anybody echoing? Hello? Okay.
Hello. You still hear it?
Yeah, no, it's going now. So PSN woes. Apparently, people are really, 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 really upset with PSN. Like really upset with PSN. They're like, yo, it's a whole waste of money. I'm tired of paying these exorbitant PSN fees. I'm tired of paying for multiplayer. I'm sick of it. And I'm tired of these raggedy ass games every month, man. Every month. I don't want to play no free to play game. I'm sick of this shit. And I don't want to play no virtual game, no VR game. I want to have hard hitters, multiplayer, AAA fucking games every fucking week. So,
yeah.
My question, is it really that much of an issue? Moving on to the second topic we're going to be talking about as well. How does Sony multiplayer games fare with other multiplayer games, third-party multiplayer games? Or are they contenders in that space? I know Sony has been, doing a push for multiplayer games. I know they've been really, really trying to do that shit. And I told my friend, I sat there and told him, I was like, yo, I'm telling you, what Sony has, what they're doing is they're going to really take this Ghost of Tsushima and they're going to launch this shit, yo. I said, I feel it in my loins. I feel that shit. They are making this shit into a multiplayer game. He didn't believe me. All of a sudden, we had the co-op. And then he was like, well, I think that was just a project that Sony kind of like greenlit and that was it. It was a flash in the pan. It was good. It was nice while it lasted. I was like, nah, nigga. I know this shit. I feel that shit in my prostate. That shit, they're going to do something else. Pause, nigga. Pause. And then all of a sudden they released the Icky Island. But they also said they were going to do some multiplayer shit too. So now they unveiled the multiplayer for this.
Player versus player or still co-op?
It's a weird PvE. So I think it's like you're going to be in the same space, but you take resources from each other. That's what I believe it is.
If you're familiar with Gambit from Destiny, it's basically two teams fighting to get the higher score. It's a similar fashion to Gambit and Destiny.
Offline, I want to talk about that in general. Offline, I want to definitely kind of like dig into that. And then the third topic, this is the off topic that's in my mind. This is for my therapy, my illicit therapy. Yeah. We're going to be talking about cocaine. So we're going to be talking about the new America, man. Where we're living at now. Apparently, we're in a third world country where we have no decisions. Apparently, you just our government just doing all sorts of shit. We don't think about it no more. Don't think too much. Just let the powers that be take care of it. Either way, we're gonna start off. That got dark quick. That got Wesley Snipes real quick. He laughing like, that shit was kind of provocative. You right. Hang on to your panties, and we're gonna begin the show. So starting off, PSN woes. I already told you how I feel about PSN. $60 a year, you know what I mean? I feel like PSN has something for everybody, personally. I feel like there are some people that exclusively use the PSN for deals. Some people uses it for multiplayer, which is unfortunate, but you need to have that kind of security and make sure that shit doesn't get leaked or hacked. And I believe Sony has invested money into making sure that the shit doesn't get hacked, in general. And then there's some people that actually likes, discounts, and then the games for the month. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, like, I mean, you can get it cheap, as Nelson said in the chat. You can get it for cheaper, or more affordable, as like my job likes to say. But there has been some complaints. People are really annoyed with paying $60 in an economy that apparently is either it hasn't stabilized or getting worse. The cost of living is skyrocketing, so people are really upset with this. And I wanted to get your take on it. Kilate, that you have the most unstable connection here. I want to get your thoughts first. What do you think about the PlayStation Plus? Coming from an Xbot.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Damn, why you do you like that?
I don't see why people have a problem with it. Unless they're just complaining so they can get Sony to do their little fucking Game Pass and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
I think they need to shut up and game and stop crying.
I mean, well, how do you feel about PSN in general? Having to pay for it, does it offer? Is it a good value for what it offers at $60?
Yeah, it's a great value for what it offers for $60.
Could you explain to me what it offers? In your vision, in your
before we started paying for it, it was down almost fucking every other week.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as we started paying for it, the infrastructure was able to be built upon to make it a better fucking connection all the way around.
And let me put a pin in that one. Hold your thought. Xbox has been down almost thrice, 3 times more than PlayStation. You pay for that though. So, all right, continue. That's one thing.
Has it been down, or just certain features are down?
That shit was down,
because
down.
I know when everybody was saying that it was down, it was just certain features that were down, and not the full thing. Because I could still play online every time somebody hollered it was down.
They were talking about it was down altogether. I mean, I don't really have an Xbox, but they were saying that it was down altogether.
Most of the time when people were saying that it's down, it's not really fucking like down. You can still play online. It's just certain features are being worked on at the time to make it better, but you can still play online. It hasn't been down in like I don't know how long.
Okay, so what about what other things can you say about PlayStation Plus?
They do give out good fucking game, free games and have great deals for those who are on PS Plus. And if you got PS Plus, you can always fucking jump on games that you miss with the PlayStation Plus the next collection. So I just don't see why motherfuckers are complaining. It's just retarded. You get a lot of shit for your money when you pay that $60 a year.
And I don't think that's such a heavy price to ask, especially since there's.
It's not. It's the price of a game every year.
And you know what else is crazy? The games don't disappear either.
Yep.
They kind of stay there. And I've been watching this Mystic Gaming Ryan dude from PSN, which by the way has 500,000 subscribers. And the dude just complains about how this month is worse than last month, and this Sony needs to do this, and then we need to have 6 games and shit like that. I'm like,
6 games,
6 games a month, and I'm like, yo, there's not even enough games to do that. I mean, Sony has a reputation with quality, so they just can't throw anything out there because you bitches will be complaining about that as well. So it's like.
Now, is he saying that because of
the new
generation?
I don't know. He mentioned here's the thing. He keeps talking about this is what he keeps talking about. He keeps talking about like Game Pass on the channel and how that's a value. Azizo, what's going on? He keeps saying how Game Pass have a lot of value, but I'm like, they offer the same fucking games, so what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Let me go to Black. Black, what do you feel? How do you feel about PSN?
Man, I feel like it's a great value, man. I mean, look, if you're gonna play online, you need the service, right? So, I mean, you're gonna pay it. You're gonna have to pay it anyways if you're gonna play online. So, if you factor in all the games that you're getting and you're actually utilizing some of those games are dropping day and date. Like when as soon as Control Ultimate became available, the native PlayStation 5 version was on PlayStation. Just like Kalite mentioned, you got the collection as well. I mean that alone, that's crazy, bro. And those are in your library. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you decide to get back on PlayStation Plus, you have that in your library. You don't have that's not gonna leave your library at any point. So I don't. It's kind of weird. I mean, I guess some people are a little bit upset with. I guess they don't like the games that came out this month or maybe the previous month. But there's something. I feel like they dropping something at least every other month for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like last month they dropped the Plague Sale. They had the Call of Duty and they had the Battlegrounds with the WWE joint. The little, you know what I'm saying? Something this month they dropped some more multiplayer stuff. They dropped the Hunters Arena game, which I wanted to try that game out. I was gonna get it anyways, so I'm happy that it was free with PlayStation Plus. So Plants and Zombies isn't for me, and Tennis isn't for me, but I'm happy that Hunters Arena is there. So like, I don't know, man. I feel
that's
like
a new game.
maybe Sony's doing too much, and they kind of spoiling everybody. Because like, remember we had like 5 straight months of Heat, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, how are they doing this?" And I was like, I didn't even know. You know what? The funny thing is, I didn't even hear about this until you brought this up as a topic. I didn't know what the PlayStation woes were about. I was like, is the network down or something? That's all I was thinking from the topic. But now that see people are complaining about paying for it, I'm like,
No,
how?
it's because of the PlayStation games. And I'm gonna read what Shaq Fu says. He says, "What's up, Brodies? PSN is a great value. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2, Judgment, Ghost Runner, Beyond Two Souls, the Bioshock games, God of War, and I'll be playing Killzone soon. PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus are the best value." I concur, but then again, I'll be a fanboy if I concur. The thing is, for me personally, the discussion actually, Azizo, is just like people complaining about PS Plus being overvalued and underdelivered. Basically, there are people that are really upset about paying $60 a year for the service because they feel like the games are just not there. And people got to understand, there are literally people that don't want to play AAA games. They don't want it. You know what I mean? Not everybody want AAA games. That's not for everybody. It's nice to kind of have. If everybody wanted AAA games, then Sony's games would be doing 20 million. You know what I'm saying? No, you got the Call of Duties that's doing 20 million. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that on per platform and stuff like that. It's not for everybody. Shit, you got what do you call it? Fortnite. You have Fall Guys. There's some games and the funny thing, that's how Fall Guys became successful. Nobody knew about fucking Fall Guys. It was just it was a quality game. And I feel like people don't understand what the Plus is for, man. It's supposed to be a way, at least for me, as a good way of introducing, new games, new types of games. And so I don't know. I think it was just this month, and then you got a lot of influencers that are like, well, this was a really bad month for PlayStation, and now we got to evaluate it. It's not that many games. I think they're missing one game. They're reusing games and shit like that. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what. Okay, so my question to you, Tay, what do you think they can add to shut these motherfuckers up?
I don't think they need to add anything.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, you get the PlayStation Connect collection, right?
But that's old though. I played all those games.
Everybody didn't play them though. Everybody didn't play all those games, but you still got it.
But I did, right? Though, and I
I mean, you did. Okay, I got you. You got the physical version. You ready to sell your PS4? You can still download the fucking digital version for free and play on your PS5, right? That's an incentive. You get almost every month for Plus members. There is a sale on whatever fucking game they put on that motherfucker. That's an incentive, right? Your online fucking infrastructure is better since we started paying for this motherfucker. That's an incentive. Damn near almost
But it's free on
every
PC
fucking
though. But
new.
it's free on PC though.
Man, fuck PC. Don't nobody fucking sell a
Oh,
PC.
my
Don't nobody
titty.
want PC until that motherfucking Steam Deck come out. When that Steam Deck come out, that's
Oh
when
shit.
PC niggas can talk.
Oh shit. All right, continue, please.
Jemiah lurking in in that chat, boy.
Yeah.
They're doing that
But yeah,
shit.
I mean, you already like even like right now, you're getting like brand new fucking games like that fucking Hunters Arena. I forgot.
Is that a brand new game?
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a brand new fucking game. They sold that
new.
bitch last month and told us it was coming out this month.
Mm.
So I forgot about that because I was interested in that game. So I got to download that motherfucker. That's a brand new fucking game. That's a 2021 game. You get 2021 games. It might not be the fucking heavy hitters, but you're still getting fucking brand new fucking PlayStation games. So I don't know what they fucking do. That dude you talking about, he need to shut the fuck up.
But I want games day and date. Microsoft is offering games on day and date.
That was day and date. That was day and date.
Day and date.
Yeah, but all the time I don't.
That game was only available on Steam.
But I don't feel
you're not gonna get okay. For
I want
those
to be
who want games
guaranteed
day
that
and date.
all the games are day and date. I want to be guaranteed.
When Sony finally reveals their version of Game Pass, because they are coming up with a version of Game Pass, their own version, and it might be better as long as they can stick the price right. You will get your day and date heavy hitters
they said
along with everybody that buys.
They said they have an answer for it. They didn't say that they were going to do day and date.
I feel like we've already been seeing their answer, to tell the truth. Like since this the PlayStation Network, since PlayStation 5 came out, I feel like they've been dropping 3 games every month, bro. Every month, 3 games.
But I don't like those games.
Doing that, though,
I don't like
That's crazy.
Games,
I don't see how that's just sustainable, dog, for what they're doing now. But
I don't like those games.
I mean, when they do come out with their fucking version of fucking Game Pass or their answer, so you say,
quote unquote.
Yeah. The free games for PS Plus is probably gonna be shit forever because you're gonna be getting fucking.
I don't think gamers know what they're asking for. They really don't know what they're asking for, bro.
It's like I've been telling motherfuckers from the beginning. Gamers don't fucking know what they want until somebody hands that shit to them.
Well, I think they really just want the day and date. I think that, to be honest, they want day and date and they don't want to pay for it. And I can't say gamers because you know what? I think the influencers are doing this. They are the ones that are trying to speak for the people and stating that you should want more out of a service or whatever the case is. And partially it's kind of accurate, you know, but at the same time, it's not realistic. Some of these guys have been in the industry for a while. And it's
I think we need to. Can I interrupt real quick, man?
Yeah.
Listen, man. I think we need to look at the numbers here, bro. Everybody, like, a lot of times we see things trending or people talking about stuff, and then they talk about how unhappy they are. I don't think that's the consensus. Man, look at the numbers of the amount of PlayStations they're selling. They're breaking records, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the main group of people who are buying these systems, they're happy with the service, so they wouldn't be investing money into the service.
Well, it did drop. The numbers did drop by 1 million.
Yeah, but we also left the pandemic as well. Remember, those numbers were abnormal to begin with.
I'm sorry, you said. I'm sorry, sir. You said the pandemic.
My bad. The pandemic. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but the pandemic.
Huh.
I see that. I see you coming out.
Yeah.
Later for that, though. Later for that.
Later for that.
Later for that. Nah, but yo, it just don't make no sense, bro. As you said, like the numbers are a little bit down. I think what they said, 4% or something like that.
Something real small.
4%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of it's in line with the pandemic numbers and such. Cause like everybody kind of returned back to work, but now they like kind of reverting back to the, you know what I'm saying, to the quarantine thing. So I don't know, man. I really don't get where the gripe is at. And like I said, I feel like everybody is satisfied with it, man. Look at the numbers, bro.
So
just look at the numbers.
You know, I think it dropped. Honestly, here's the thing. I think the numbers for the subscribers dropped, is because they're waiting to migrate over to the PlayStation 5. And I think that because of that wait, they're not really playing their PS4 like that either. There hasn't been really games dropping on there, so most people are probably letting their PlayStation Plus lapse over, you know what I mean, until they can get the PS5. That's what I believe. I don't think they're just consistently on there, and that's a balancing act that Sony needs to, gotta focus on. I feel like that's one of the things that Sony will try to focus on. You know what I'm saying? But I'll ask Tay again. Because I am pretty curious about your thoughts on this. You don't have any idea what Sony could do, even if it's unrealistic, to add to PlayStation Plus.
To be honest, I don't see the need for it, but I mean they're already doing the max right now
That's what I thought.
for the $60 that you have to pay.
Personally, that's what I thought, and I have an idea, but since you forfeit your answer by saying, the max. What about you, Black?
Man, I don't think they should do anything to
even if
really
it's
don't.
unrealistic, what would you say that they need to add on there? Because there's a lot of people, like, again, I'll mention again, like Mystic Gaming Ryan. He tends to, Sony could have did this. It's unfortunate that Sony didn't do this and that and this. And I'm like, this shit, all of that costs money. Like, where do you think that money's coming from? And he's like, well, Game Pass is doing this, this, and this. And I'm like, well, the Game Pass doesn't have games back to back to back that's coming out. A lot of the games are falling off of Game Pass, and somebody mentioned this too. I think it was him. People have lives, and sometimes people can't play the games immediately, and by the time they get to it, it's already out of rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even play it. A lot of games, especially with backlogs, sometimes you just totally miss it. You know what I mean? And then you get a dry spell, and you're like, oh yeah, I do have that shit on PlayStation Plus. But what I would say, you know what? Devil Shooter, he says adding the PlayStation Classic collections, PS1, 2, and 3. And we'll talk about that on my other podcast tomorrow. And that's the PlayStation Culture podcast. So I won't talk about it here, just so I won't cross pollinate. But that is interesting. What I would say is, I don't know how much indie developers. Years ago, Shuhei Yoshida kind of mentioned about how much the indies will make, but I feel like even if it's just one level or a demo or whatever the case is, I think that they need to put some indie games on there. Like, imagine if they put like the first third of Hades onto PS Plus, and then you have the option to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, bro! You see what's trending right now, bro?
No.
Trending in gaming, not a PS5, bro. That's what's trending right now. It's gamers expressing their frustration with the limited PlayStation 5 inventory. This is what I'm talking about, bro. This is what's really real. This is real shit. People on Twitter right now expressing their frustration that they can't get a PlayStation 5, dog. So all these motherfuckers complaining about this stupid ass service that we have to have it if we want security. You want your information protected, because everybody was fucking crying when the information got stolen, and Sony's anti-consumer and all this dumb shit. Sony's not. They was complaining about the security, and then when the shit got hacked, everybody was fucking frustrated, bro. They done did what they had to do to secure everybody's information, and then they're giving you games on top of it. It's paying for itself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to get in on this shit. If you don't like the fucking system, sell that bitch, bro. It's people looking for the PlayStation 5s right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is just bitching. Some of the people who probably complain about this shit, they can't play the PlayStation 5 games.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No. So a lot of these people don't have access to PlayStation 5. So those games that are native PlayStation 5, they're not getting the boosted frames. They're not getting the PlayStation 5 version. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's quite dumb. This the whole fucking idea of this shit's stupid. And a lot of people just talking shit because they want attention, dog, like usual.
Per per fucking usual.
Per fucking usual. It's the same shit regurgitated over and over again. They always trying to find. It's very popular to talk shit about PlayStation right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even gonna dirty this shit up by talking shit about Xbox, because Xbox is doing some things that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for the games to drop, bro. I ain't got no problem with fucking Xbox, but it's like these stupid ass fucking influencers. Every fucking day is something new, and it's little shit. But for some reason, that's what everybody's paying attention to. It's dumb shit. We just got through talking like a week and a half about fucking SSDs, bro. That don't make no fucking sense, dog. Like, is y'all motherfuckers playing games, dog? Post some trophies, nigga. Show me some gameplay, bro. What the hell is y'all niggas really doing out here, dog?
At one point, and then, like, you got a whole, yo, you sit that shit, yo, you really hit the nail on the head, man. That shit was ridiculous. You hit the nail on the head. These fucking influencers expressing how they can't screw in the fucking chip. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, like, I swear, like,
hey man, that shit hard, man. That shit hard.
Pause.
That shit hard, man.
You know, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. But on the plus side, though, Sony is ramping up production for the PS5 to really put it in perspective. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling that.
Yeah, for the scalpers.
You're a negative bitch.
Hey, they is gonna get a lot of them shits,
man. The scalpers gonna get y'all ass again.
Hey, but the 10 million wasn't the 10 million that they confirmed? Wasn't those like confirmed like in the hands of people, of gamers, like games actually being played on those?
That means it's not.
That was shipped.
No, it's not. Shipped. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't shipped. They actually.
Mm-mm.
No, I think that got confirmed that it was in the hands.
Confirmed that
players.
was in the hands.
It is not.
We'll double check. We'll double check.
It was not.
I think. It can't be in the hands of gamers. I ain't even finna sit here and hold you on that. It can't be in the hands.
But it is though. But it is. I think what you saw for the Sony stuff is 10.
We gonna confirm it. We don't gotta argue about it. We gonna. We got PS5.
I think the 10.1. The one portion was shipped. The 10.1. That one was shipped.
Hey, you said the point. You saying the point one is the ship?
But it's like these scalpers aren't holding on to these PlayStation 5s. I remember earlier we seen like warehouses, rooms full of this shit, but they selling them shits, bro.
Yeah, people are buying it. So you know what I mean, and they can't. And it wouldn't make sense for somebody to buy it off of a scalper just to get $50 extra. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna doubt that it could be shipped. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm like 90% sure that it's in the hands of people that are using it. But moving on to the next subject, though, this is a pretty interesting one that I believe I kind of see the trajectory, which is going to probably overlap into the other podcasts as well. And the title may be a little strange. It's Sony multiplayer games, right? Really what I wanted to say, because you can only have so many words to put into these fucking topics and stuff like that, is Sony multiplayer games versus the third party. So I want to kind of zoom out and look at the type of multiplayer games that we have. We obviously have Fortnite. We obviously have Destiny. We also have what's the other one? Apex. What's the other one? Overwatch. And then you have your little residual game.
Niggas still playing that on consoles?
What? Playing
Overwatch.
What? Yeah.
Overwatch.
Some capacity, somebody playing that shit.
Yeah, it's one of the top. It's one of the top rated games. When you look at those games, a lot of those games are kind of cross pollinating. You know what I'm saying? First of all, most of them are shooters. You know what I'm saying? And secondly,
I'm gonna start saying pause every time you say cross pollinating, bro. I'm gonna have to pause. Pause, nigga. Shit.
Nigga, you acting like I'm double cream pie in a bitch. Like that's not the cross pollinating.
You know, it just don't sound right, bro.
Like I didn't double cream pie the bitch, yo. You know what I mean, nigga? You got cross pollinated with these two ass niggas. One light skinned nigga, one dark skinned nigga. We gonna see in 9 months who beat who.
And a mixed bitch in the middle.
Oh man, Warhawk. That's all. Yeah, that was good though. So, but looking at the whole snapshot of things, the originality and escape of multiplayer, other than Grand Theft Auto, that's also a thing. Red Dead Redemption kind of like died. That shit fucking died. You know what I mean? It's just not enough content, and the content that's there isn't great. When you look at all the scope of things, you get mostly shooters, and that's it. And I don't have a problem with shooters, but then Sony is doing something interesting. Sony ended up stating that they are going to their very best, invest more into their multiplayer games. Obviously, we know that Factions is on the horizon. We also know that Horizon Forbidden West, or at least the Horizon series, has some multiplayer roots as well in there. And one of the things that I hold, near and dear to myself is literally Ghost of Tsushima and that swordplay. Absolutely divine multiplayer. Didn't expect that to come out and be as good as it is. It is. And let me say this, and actually let me write that down for our topic for tomorrow. Ooh. All right, let me see here. I think that they're going to end up.
Multiplayer game out there.
Say again.
Forget For Honor. Don't forget For Honor. That's a sword player.
That shit died though.
Nah, that shit's still living, son.
No.
Yeah, it's still got a little community with them. They got some community for sure.
Yeah, son.
Does it really?
They do. They do tournaments and everything.
Something about Ubisoft is like they even with the what's that game?
Yeah,
That
they always start out bad, but then after a while, the motherfuckers pick up and start doing great shit.
Yeah, the people who play their games, they sustain that shit, bro. Cause they still be putting out content. That shit crazy.
Yeah, same thing happened with fucking what's that? Siege.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that did so bad. I remember, you know what? You want to know what's funny, because it's the influencers ripped that game to shreds. The digital foundries, by the way. This is a side. We're gonna swerve. Side the influencers and everybody else. Look at the graphics. Ubisoft is lying about the graphics. It's not good. It turned out to be one of the biggest multiplayer games, period. And it's consistent. All of them influencers. The same thing happened to Monster Hunter too. Everybody back on the PS2 day, they kept saying that the Monster Hunter was garbage as a game. And then it went on the PSP, and they were like, it's garbage there. And the Japanese was like, fuck you. I like this shit. I'm going to ad hoc this bitch. Played that shit, and then all of a sudden, when people liked it, then they want to talk about some, oh, it's just so, it's such a unique aspect, and yeah, it started off rough, but this one is it. And it's like the gameplay didn't even fucking change. What the fuck you talking about? That being said, the swordplay that is in Ghost of Tsushima has just the right of. It has just the right amount of arcade and realism to it. You know what I'm saying? And just enough meatiness, pause, of gameplay to allow it to cross pollinate with something like For Honor.
Yo, Josh.
Yeah.
Fatal wants you to add him to the server.
Oh shit! I thought it was added on there. I was just talking to him.
I think he was on the other one.
Okay, he's on the other one. That's probably what it is. So So I'm gonna do this really quickly. Music plus Gamecast, rated PG-13. All right, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna do invite. Then I gotta find Fatal. Double shooter, uncompetitive. Why can't I find this? Motherfuckers. All right, copy this. And then I'm gonna have to search Fatal on Twitter. Let me see here.
Yeah, Fatal Mephisto on Twitter.
Because I have too many fucking channels here. Let's see here. It's funny because there we go. And somehow I'm not following him. What happened there? Did he lose his other one?
I think so.
Is that what that was?
I think so. And then he made a new one.
All right. Can you tell him to follow?
All right.
I don't think he lost this one. He got mad fucking. Well, that's likes. He has to follow me, and then when he follows, okay, hold on. I got a friend request. All right, accept.
He must be watching this podcast. Okay.
All right, cool. I got. He called me a loser. You bitch. You greedy, greasy bitch. He's joined in there. He could just jump in.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you good. What's going on, brother?
What's good, Fatal? You on mute, bro?
Yeah, my bad, dude. My bad. I was just thinking
I'm about to be Kevin Samuels. Unmute yourself.
No. So
Unmute yourself.
Guidelines, like swearing or no swearing.
No, you're good. It's completely unadulterated. How old are you? How old are you? How old are you?
Fucking 37.
12.
Height?
12. Yo, I had to think about that for a second.
Doing the Kevin Samuels. How old are you?
Height? What's your dress size? I'm sorry, I can't.
That's Kevin Samuels.
Hating motherfucker, dude.
Y'all have to do a whole parody of that nigga, yo. I have to, yo. Oh shit, what's going on, my boy? We were talking about basically how does Sony multiplayer games stack up to? We just started this too. How does Sony multiplayer games stack up to the other multiplayer games, third-party multiplayer games? And we were just talking about the stuff that they had. Ghost of Tsushima offers a very unique.
That's co-op, right?
This co-op that has a unique experience, and I believe that Sony actually mentioned before that they wanted to do multiplayer more.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why, especially. It's very backloaded in terms of multiplayer games for the PlayStation, for just consoles in general. You get your Call of Duties and everything else, your annual games. And if Sony wants to maintain their subscription level, they have to fill in the gaps throughout the year. And I think that's what they're planning on doing with the whole Icky Island, the standalone expansion, specifically for the multiplayer and stuff like that. So,
right.
I'm going to start off with you since you are here. And welcome aboard. I really appreciate you. You always are welcome to just drop the fuck in there. I don't care at any point in time. Drop in and fucking interrupt. I don't care.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, but I was on the wrong fucking server. I was on your other one.
Yeah, I was like, what the? So you were a friend before, so I'm not sure what was going on with that one. And no, you weren't a friend, but you were already on the other one. So how do you feel Sony multiplayer games stack up to the competition, like the other multiplayer games? And let me go back and mention some things to refresh your memory. Killzone 2, Killzone 3, which introduced the operations mode, or I think it's operations mode, where there was like a kind of like a storyline.
Yeah.
You have Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4. You have The Last of Us. You have Warhawk. You have Starhawk. You have SOCOM.
Yep.
How do you feel like that stacks up to the competition?
As far as like just in general across the board?
Across the board. How do you think Sony's doing with the multiplayer initiative?
I think the games that they do come out that do have multiplayer are, depending on what you're looking for. Like, Uncharted is far from bad. Like, definitely not bad at all when it comes to multiplayer. I didn't really care for it, especially the new one, because the Mystic fucking things you can use, that was kind of stupid and cheap. They try to casualize it down a little bit.
That pissed me off. I'm not even going to use you. That really annoyed me.
But you also forget like other games like Mob Nation Racing 2 as well, because that was a gem that was on the PS3 that basically nobody really fucking cared. What about Meg? Like, that was ambitious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That didn't really find an audience. Same with the PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale bullshit too as well.
Right.
Like, they're gonna make their hit or misses, but I mean, that happens. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not following like the popular multiplayer trend, and I hate saying that, but a lot of these devs are trying to chase that down now, like Battle Royale and other modes that like multiplayer fans want. Like, that's kind of difficult, man. For not difficult in the sense of making a game like that, because Sony can easily do that, but trying to make theirs stand out amongst everybody else's. That's where Sony's gonna have to get creative with that.
And I feel like their initiative too, like, because what they ended up doing was like almost like a hybrid of like World of Warcraft type of situation, but like behind the character when it came to Ghost of Tsushima, smaller scale. They just need more content, and this is like Sucker Punch's like first stab at, no pun intended, a multiplayer game. All right, I'm gonna move on to the. Yeah, go on. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I was just gonna say. Oh, I'm thinking of Insomniac. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Insomniac. Oh yeah. They did the fucking Resistance games. So I'm gonna go on to Black. How are you? How old are you?
How old am I? This nigga stupid. You lost me for a second. Goddamn business.
Get the fuck off my show. Dress size? I'm sorry. I can't.
Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't use 7.
Oh shit!
You can't use 7.
You can't use 7.
And they can repeat that. No, you can't. Nope.
Dress size. I'm sorry.
Too many 7s. Too many 7s.
I'm sorry. Dress size. You see a 3? No, you're not a 3. You look fat. You look fat.
You're a 36 at miss.
You making fun of me, motherfucker? Is that what you said?
No. Have you? Yo, wait, Fado. Have you ever watched
Kevin Samuels?
Kevin Samuels.
No, who the fuck is that?
Do yourself a favor and watch that shit.
Yeah, you gotta watch
it.
What's his name?
His name is Kevin Samuels. So basically, he's the opposite.
He's an image consultant.
He's the opposite of a feminist. So like he just rips women apart, man. That have that entitlement. So like they're coming there on the table like I'm a 10. I'm a 10. He'd be like, no, you're average at best.
Wow.
And he'll sit there and tell a girl, he'd be like, how much you weigh?
Reality, man.
He'd be like, how much you weigh? And they'd be like, 180 pounds. You're about the size of a linebacker. I said, damn, man, you have to do yourself, the roasts, man. He serves Thanksgiving every fucking time you watch that shit, yo. Holy shit. Anyway.
They do it to all the entitled ones.
Yeah, he does. It's pretty legitimate. Like it's warranted, rather. Black.
Yeah.
How do you feel like they stack up to the third party?
Man, when I think about PlayStation multiplayer, I don't really think of the multiplayer as well. Let's take Ghost of Tsushima and
34.
And Factions for an example, right? I feel like those games just add value to the game for the buyers. So like it's giving longevity to those games. We see people complaining about single player games, one and dones. When they add those modes to those games, it's bringing more life and longevity. It's adding value to those games. For the place, what you were saying, Tay?
No, my bad. I forgot to mute myself. I was getting my paperwork.
No, you did. Yeah, so I feel like it adds value to that. I mean, you said that it has the potential to cross pollinate, but I feel like Ghost of Tsushima is kind of niche. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who play that game, they probably would play For Honor, but For Honor doesn't really have a story. So like some of the people who are playing For Honor, they're not really super heavily invested into it because it's like, yo, where's the
it has a story. It's just short.
Oh yeah, because they didn't expand upon it. I only played a little bit of it, but it did have like a little story going on.
Yeah, it had a story mode, but they didn't expand on it when it came out with the other expansions. They could have
a little tickle twins.
Correct. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just think it adds value to it. I mean, I could see it potentially. Like we got some games that are like only multiplayer. So like Destruction All Stars. That's the only multiplayer game. So people are going to be like, okay, I could play this game or I could play that game. You know what I'm saying? But the people who are like, okay, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, like, okay, I'm playing the story. I need to take a break from the story. Let me get on the multiplayer. But I feel like it just adds value to the experience, you know?
So pre-COVID, what about MLB The Show?
What about it? What do you mean?
Like
that's a massive multiplayer game. And it has microtransactions. And
single player too as well.
The great thing about those games are like, all right, say the same.
Yeah, and Gran Turismo, yeah.
MLB The Show and Gran Turismo, those games They're like the only ones in their genre. Like nobody, when it comes to the Gran Turismo lane, Gran Turismo really doesn't have any competition. They're the top selling fucking racing game. You know what I'm saying? MLB the show is like the only it's the only baseball game. So they kind of have almost a monopoly. So they're not really hurting for worrying about competition in third party games. So they got that. So those are exceptions, of course. You know what I'm saying? But like Destruction All Stars, they got to compete with just people's time in general. Like people gotta like the genre, you know what I'm saying?
That's a big
like,
thing too. You gotta understand too. And I'm gonna pass this over to Killer Tay. Like, how do you feel Sony stacks up? You know,
I think Sony's biggest problem is that they come out with good multiplayers, right? Like Factions and Gran Turismo and Killzone, right? Because Killzone, even Shadowfall, like Shadowfall had a shit story, but the multiplayer was fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Sony's thing is they don't stay consistent with their multiplayers.
Meaning what?
Right. Meaning they don't try to continue it, even though the fan base wants them. Like, take for instance, launching fucking The Last of Us 2 without fucking Factions in it.
Oh no! They had a lot of turmoil internally. I think that's what ended up happening. I don't think that would have actually happened.
Still though, I mean, a lot of motherfuckers were excited for fucking Factions in this one.
I was waiting for it. I was like, if anything else, I'll pick up the game for the Factions mode, and I was sorely disappointed.
And to launch it without Factions is a big no-no, especially how big it did with the first game, right? For Killzone, I guess they just was like, okay, nobody. I mean, yeah, we sold over fucking 1 million copies of the game, but nobody liked it. They just liked the visuals.
Right.
So we're just not gonna make.
Let me interject here. They had the numbers for how many people beat the other storylines, and that's why they didn't put a lot of effort into it. It was easy money for them to kind of work on their game engine.
Yeah, but is that a good thing?
Oh no, that was terrible. That's you can't condone that.
And that's what I'm saying. They're not staying consistent with their multiplayer titles, or their titles that have multiplayer in them, and they just decided to drop the whole title altogether because they don't have I guess they don't have the numbers for both sides of it.
You know what it is though? They released too many multiplayer games, and that's why I feel like they made a strong pivot on the PS4 where they were like, I'm not. If you look at it, because I know Umar said this too. They had Uncharted 2 and 3. They had Killzone 2 and 3. They had Resistance 1, 2, and 3. They had SOCOM. They had MotorStorm 1, 2, and 3. It was just a ton of game. Mag, he mentioned too. It was like a shit ton of fucking games. And as Black said, you got to compete with people's time. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest hurdle for anybody that's making a multiplayer game. So I think now they kind of went to the drawing board. People, I think, really want PlayStation's multiplayer. They want that quality in a multiplayer fashion and the uniqueness, but it can't be loaded like it was before, man. Like, you can't, like, holiday season, that's Call of Duty's. No matter how you look at it, that's their number. That's their dominion. But
so why haven't the new Call of Duty game been announced yet?
I don't know about that one. I heard about that too, and I thought it was, and it isn't. What do you have to say about that?
Just seems a little odd that this is the first year, like, because normally they usually announce their new Call of Duty in June or July or something like that.
Yeah.
And we're now like in August now, so if we don't see anything this month, Call of Duty ain't coming up this year. And I guess that rumor's circling around the internet about freaking having another team come in to help work on like whatever the hell they were working on. Yeah, maybe it's not going their way, or that they're just fucking bringing in too much goddamn money on the free-to-play form. They're just going to say, fuck it, we're going to keep up.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking that too because I don't know how well they're doing when it came to the fucking battle royale Call of Duty. I don't know how well they're doing with that one, and they may just be like, I don't want that shit to like cannibalize, what we have going on here. I don't know, like that's in general is very interesting to say.
Think about it, it makes sense because I mean, Call of Duty already has their free to play one. Ubisoft's mainly going free to play now, and just I was reading earlier today that I saw another developer, man, that's going to be focusing on coming out with free to play games now and shit instead of doing like full-on fledged releases and stuff like that.
Which is crazy to me, because I feel like that's the direction that games are going. But you know what else was kind of weird, and I'll say this for the whole everybody that's watching. The whole Legends for Ghost of Tsushima, that's like $20 for the multiplayer for standalone.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that marketed towards? Like, it's not free to play. Who is that for?
It's for people that want it.
Yeah, but why don't you pick up the game? Wouldn't it be easier to pick up the game?
If you already own it, just pay for the upgrade and be done with it.
Or is that like the price of admission is just too much? You know what I mean? Like, is that what it is?
I mean, on average, your DLC is usually at the cost of 20 to 25, maybe 30, depending on if it's an expansion or not. But this is DLC we're talking about here. $20 is usually the average price for a decent sized DLC. I mean, fuck. Look at Call of Duty. Like, nobody complained about their fucking season pass or their DLCs coming out standalone that were like fucking almost $50 each goddamn DLC pack. Nobody bitched about that. Now it seems to be a problem. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. It's weird to me, man. It's weird to me. Because a lot of things changed over the course of the PS4 generation, man. A lot of people fucking got manipulated into thinking that gaming has to be a certain way. It's fucking terrible, man. Because it wasn't like that during the 360 era.
It wasn't.
No.
So before we close out this segment, right? Let me ask you guys this. I'm gonna ask everybody in a row, and I'm gonna ask Tay first. With the initiative that Sony's doing, because I think what Sony's going to end up doing is filling the year, and spacing them out with their games. So, like, I do believe that Horizon Forbidden West will have a multiplayer component. I don't think God of War will. I don't think it needs it.
God of War won't.
I don't even think Horizon needs it.
Well, they said that when they were making Horizon for Zero Dawn, they already had a multiplayer mode. It's just that it ate into the graphics. So, okay. I mean, to me, it looks like they may have it. It may function like Monster Hunter. But either way, looking at how they kind of have things set up, right? Mm-hmm. Where do you think the direction of multiplayer is going, knowing what we know?
I think they're gonna have very few multiplayers in their main games, and they're gonna have studios like fucking Bluehole. Why do I keep calling them? Like Bluepoint? Like if Bluepoint.
Bluehole? What you? Huh?
It's a studio called Bluehole. It's a gaming studio called Bluehole. I keep fucking they up. But like studios like Bluepoint that are mostly in the background.
That nigga said that shit with confidence. He was like, studios like Bluehole.
I keep fucking mixing them up with the fucking cell phone fucking gaming company that fucking makes games. But studios like Bluepoint that are in the background will be making multiplayer only fucking titles. So titles like the one that just came out, the Hunters fucking Arena thing.
Is that
I think they'll have studios like that. PvE.
Okay.
That's PvE. I mean PvP. That's PvP.
So you fight other people.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think they're going to be making games like that with their smaller studios and studios they have in the background to secure their multiplayer side of it. And I think their main studios, the ones that do have multiplayer, are gonna continue with their multiplayer, but the ones that don't and haven't done one in a while, I don't think they're gonna be doing any more multiplayer side. They're gonna be focusing more on their story campaign for their games.
Logical, what's going on, bro? Tay usually comes here. Tay's a regular. It's just that lately he, because of his job, he's been bouncing around and stuff.
Yeah, they've been killing me.
His wife ended up having like COVID and shit, and shitting all over the place.
Yeah, she was.
I'm new here, Logical. I see you in the chat, motherfucker. How you doing, sir? Yeah.
Fatal's
We're
in his
expecting
bitch,
the fat Canadian, weren't you?
You thought you escaped for the PG-13. I'm sorry.
Bro, that's fucked up, bro.
Black, what do you think the direction the multiplayer is going?
Man, I think I agree with Tay. They're gonna continue to make games
Be right
where it
back.
makes sense.
All right, man.
Yeah, they're gonna continue to make the multiplayer games where it makes sense, like the Ghost of Tsushima is. Well, if they feel like the teams can handle it, they're gonna keep on doing what they're doing. So we might get the factions and the Ghost of Tsushima styles, and then we're gonna also continue to get the partnerships like the Firewalk Studios, the Destruction All Star Games. They're gonna continue to invest in it. They've already talked about continuing to invest into multiplayer games, through the third party. So we're gonna see those as well. So yeah, that's where I think they're going with it for the most part.
Now, because he's not here, and unfortunately the train is moving. So I will say this. And the reason why I want to kind of get to the last topic, which is the off-topic section, is because it's going to be a pretty meaty subject. I personally believe that games are going to go the direction of co-op. Personally, I'm Canadian, dog. All I said was you represent Canada poorly. That's all. Not really though. He Canadian. Oh, what they say? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
A.
I was like, hey. That's what they should say. That's where it came from. Hey.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Oh, what was that? Bobby's World. They were from Massachusetts.
Yeah, I used to love that show.
That shit was killed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I think everything's going to be co-op. That Sony does, unless it's an outlier where it's like heavy competition. Like if they make a SOCOM, that's going to be definitely, you say a boot. It's going to be definitely catering to co-op, and if it's like Gran Turismo, which is direct competition, or if it's going to be like the SOCOM game or a new Killzone, those games are going to be there. I think these co-op games are going to be positioned to like Killer Tay said, to stretch their bills, farming mills, between pop. It's going to be a bridge between their games. So either the sequel, so like again, Ghost of Tsushima 1, then you have the co-op to keep everybody that's in the development studio working and to get some money that way, and then it's going to be Ghost of Tsushima 2. And then that's when they're going to decommission it and move on to the next one or whatever the case is. Or continue, maybe. I think people like to have a low-stressed, environment when it comes to that. Like, the constant competition, it just makes it suck. Destiny has it like that, too, but I think their bread and butter is definitely AAA single-player story-driven games. But that's what I think they're going to do, personally. So,
where the industry's going.
Oh, he's back. So now I can ask you this.
All right.
Fatal, where do you think the industry's going?
In the shitter. That's where it's going.
Along with the next topic. So that being said, we have come to the conclusion of our gaming section of this podcast, and we're going to move right on to our off-topic section, which is called illicit therapy. Again, I know this isn't for everyone, but I do want to thank everyone that has come through and participated. I really appreciate you guys. Logical, Devil Shooter, Umar as always, everybody. You guys are lit. You know what I'm saying? Shaq Fu, thank you so much for that. Azizo.
Yeah, we love y'all guys here on the Meet the Meat podcast,
sir.
Abaddon Black. Nelson showed up for his lunch break.
Nelson showed up. He peeked in there, and everything like that. But really, I do appreciate it. Our last off-topic section, which is off the top, this is what's on my mind right now, is what I would like to call New America. Because that's where we're at right now. What do I mean by New America? Do you guys feel it? Do you feel it in the air?
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
What I walk into. So, no. What was that song? That's the Michael Jackson one. So, he said, what I walk into. You walked into the real world. Welcome to the real world. So, New America. The point that I'm trying to make with this particular topic isn't anything crazy, but it's kind of like observations. So I'm going to ask everybody, and I'm just going to break this down to the end of the podcast, which is about 30 minutes from now.
Guys, Fatal is Canadian.
Yeah. So I'm already lost already.
He is lost.
He is North American.
He's more American than not. Oh.
He is North American.
Listen here, motherfuckers, because I'm that much more closer to you doesn't mean I'm fucking American, motherfucker.
You lost
You're North American.
You lost your whole accent. You don't even have an accent anymore.
Yeah. You don't even say don't you know. You don't even say don't you know.
Facts.
Hey.
I used to when I was a kid, but I got myself out of that habit. I used to say hey at the end of every my fucking sentences.
You don't rub maple syrup all over your body like the rest of them.
If anything, you sound more black
Who
than
does that?
I do. Yo, I remember one time I was on Thrash's fucking podcast, man. He was like, yo, y'all got me fucked up in this bitch, nigga. I said, oh, hold the fuck up now. Wait a minute.
No.
Would you say again? He was like, I'm so tired of these nigger zombies. I was like, whoa.
First of all,
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No, I know what we're talking about. Trust me.
Oh, he said about.
Yeah, he was like, wait a minute. I got to show logical something. Wait a minute. He got to stand me the fuck up.
I always bring this shit back up, bro.
I couldn't believe that shit. We were in the Discord, yo. His phone auto-corrected.
Yeah, it was on the Twitter chat.
It was
and
on
my
the Twitter
phone
chat.
auto-corrected, and it was supposed to say fucking bigger, not the N-word, but my phone auto-corrected it and turned it into that.
My question is, why do you have that in your history? He was like, man, all I know is that he was like, all I know is I'm so tired of these nigger hordes. I was like,
Oh, shit.
First of all, it's not what I said.
It is. I have a picture of it.
Oh no,
I was breaking down. I was breaking down like the new features in the game and shit.
Oh,
hey, Fatal, then you had just got that phone, right? From somebody else. Somebody had sent you that phone, right?
No. That was my older phone that I had, the one that was like a piece of shit one. I upgraded recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The new one that I have now doesn't have that fucking problem.
Now, I know what it is. He was like, man, I'm so tired of these niggles.
Nah, bro, that ain't me.
Damn nerves. Stealing my damn syrup. Put it back, nigga. Break yourself, fool. Anyway, my question is, I'm going to go straight to Killer Tay. Our America, man, have you noticed, especially you being in the military, the actual culture of America, do you feel like it's slipping?
Oh, yeah. Big time. Especially in the military. Like, before I got out, drill sergeants couldn't be drill sergeants anymore.
What you mean?
And what I mean by that, when you first get to your basic training, right? Mm-hmm. The drill sergeants do something called a shark attack, right? That means as soon as you get off the bus, you got drill sergeants in your ear. Hurry the fuck up, hurry! Making you do push-ups because just because they don't even do that no more. And if they do it, they can't fucking. You couldn't even. They couldn't even fucking point a finger at them. They had to come up with the fucking knife hand, right? You have to knife hand everybody that you're pointing at.
Wow.
You can't fucking smoke the fucking platoon anymore. And if you do, it has to be 10 push-ups, and then they have to get up and drink some water.
Excuse me?
Yeah, they have to get up. You can only smoke them for 10 push-ups, and then they get up and get some water.
Jesus
These motherfuckers
Christ,
got
man.
cell phones during the basic training part of their fucking training. Not the AIT where you learn your job. The basic training. They can't even do that.
Because
we didn't even have that.
Because it's so tender. It's tender as fuck nowadays, man. These no
soft as shit.
Bro, soft as fucking Shermans. Black, do you feel like our culture is slipping in the United States?
Slipping. I feel like it's slipped. We already in it, bro. What you talking about, man? This shit's already changed. I feel like some things needed to change, but I just think shit went overboard, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like things is gonna balance out. You know what I'm saying?
Eventually,
things are gonna balance. Things are always gonna find its way to balance out, or it might just go, extreme to the other way, which is no.
Even if even if we have a whole societal collapse, it'll balance out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but what if you don't like that bounce back though?
I know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but we are in a slippery. We're not even talking about vaccines or anything of that nature, although that's a huge part of what the fuck's going on. But the whole thing about cancel culture, the whole thing about you can't really say what you want to say, the whole thing about erasure of history as well. I think you should leave them racist motherfucker statues in the South so I can be reminded not to go there anymore. You know what I'm saying? Not to go there. Yeah. So I don't know where to go. I don't want to walk up into a fucking town and get lynched because I didn't see that racist motherfucker on a horse. I don't know where I'm going. I don't want to die and shit like that. That's all I'm saying. It's still here. But to put makeup on this shit, to put perfume on a log of shit, to try to pretend like the shit didn't happen. Ripping Uncle Ben. That's a travesty, man. I'm tired of seeing Uncle Ben.
Ancient Mama syrup.
He died enough in Spider-Man, man. Put that nigga back on that damn box, man. Uncle Ben Rice.
Yeah, give me Ancient Mama back on the syrup bottle. I want the bottle to be shaped like her body was back in the day.
Yeah, bro. I can't fuck with Aunt Jemima since she ain't got no more hips.
No, she don't got no more hips, yo.
I'm done.
Yeah, and in terms of, and again, in terms of just the whole family dynamic in the United States, I mean, it's done. You know what I'm saying? There's you can't say what you want to say. Like, for instance, we're talking right now, right? Because Logical put here, he says, I remember Fatal saying that. He dropped a nigga bomb, right? It deleted his comment in real time. The only reason why it records it is because
it's stupid as fuck.
Streamlabs records it. You know what I mean? But YouTube actively deletes it. You can't say what you want to say anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's for the protection of everyone. There's no freedom anymore, at this point in time. And the weird thing is going to the mandates that they are trying to impose in the United States, which we're not even going to talk about the political pieces to this shit, though. But going to that, people are begging to have the government step in and make the decision for them. That's the crazy thing.
I noticed last night when I was playing the open beta for Back 4 Blood, right? And my name is Killer Tay, right? But it blanks out the killer part.
What?
Like it got stars on it at the killer.
That's crazy.
What the?
I keep trying to
Hold on, I'll be right back.
I keep trying to tell people, like, this is, as Black said, we already slipped there, and it's all because, to be honest with you, is social media.
Bingo.
Social media is the thing that actually did it. I feel like people have voices that shouldn't have voices. But then we already started that fucking trend where you can't take it away. Well, I guess you could take it away, but at this point, they're on that trajectory. You can't take it away anymore. You know what I mean? People are making statements based off of emotion and based off of just receiving that dopamine hit of seeing that like on the screen. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. It's funny that you say that too as well, because let's not pretend here and say that this hasn't been going on since way back in the day. The difference is now, you're absolutely right. Social media is the number one fucking factor that is making this shit so widespread. Facebook, Twitter, the YouTube alone, yeah, everyone now can have a platform to say what they want to say. And if something offends people, fucking dead. You're gonna have a group of cult people. I hate saying the word cult, but that's how I'm gonna look at it. That literally will go around and actually pinpoint every fucking video that has that word in it, whether it be the title or whatever the fuck it is, and flag it down or get highly offended by it. Just because they have a voice on social media. But these same motherfuckers back then, like, look at when the whole entire bullshit went down with Anita Sarkeesian. Where the fuck was she back in the fucking 2000s before the internet popped off? Huh?
I'm back.
You were telling me that she only recently fucking started doing this shit because she wanted her voice to be heard? Nah, if she wanted her voice to be heard, she would have done that a long time ago. But she didn't do a fucking thing until recently because she knows damn well social media would have definitely gave her that leverage. Fuck those people, man.
And to be honest with you, when you look at the situation, it's like here's the biggest problem of this. Here's when you have situations like this, it's not that they really care about being offended. They find things that are unanimously offensive, right?
Yep.
And then they post it on there so they can get the dopamine hits of getting the likes and retweets. It's the same thing. It's a cycle. They'll say something in there and it won't even, like, there's a guy, he got banned off of Twitter. Fully banned off of Twitter. You want to know why he got banned off of Twitter? He said that transgender women cannot have menstrual cycles.
So stating a fact.
They said that was offensive and a hate crime and banned them.
That's not a hate crime. That's a goddamn fucking myriad fact. So see right there, like it just proves that our freedom of speech is going. They're taking away our freedom of speech.
The freedom of speech is what's going on here. And even when you go back to the vaccines and stuff like that, not to get too deep into the vaccine talk, but there are always side effects to everything that you do. There are always consequences and always risks to everything that you do. And there are risks to the vaccines, and people have legitimate concerns about the vaccine. Anybody that speaks against it, instantly banned for misinformation. Even doctors got banned. The fucking dude that pioneered that type of vaccine was banned off of all social media. Our ex-president of the United States, regardless of what the shit he was talking about, they removed a president from social media, off all forms of social media, and it cascaded like a fucking domino effect. Just because you don't like what people say doesn't give you the fucking right to take someone else's freedom away. And there's a slippery slope. Because it always changes. It's malleable. It morphs. The things that people say 5 years ago cannot be said today. And the same thing people are doing now will not be able to be said before. Same thing with fucking transgender people. You know what people don't like to talk about when it comes to transgender people? There's a very, very, very high suicide rate for them. And it's not because people are teasing them, because as you can see on social media, people accept them, especially in Hollywood. You know why they delete themselves from this world? They delete themselves because they made a mistake, they say. I can't reverse it. And it didn't help me mentally. But nobody talks about that. I was showing Black the other day about what's her name? Ellen Page.
Elliot.
The chick sliced off her breasts and enlarged her clitoris. I hate to say it, guys. That's what she did. That's exactly what it was.
And well, I'm never going to play Beyond Two Souls again.
And then took a picture with her shirt off, and was like, "Oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good now." It's no going back. You know what I'm saying? The same people that made the Matrix. Dude chopped off his wee.
Maybe his penis is in another goddamn Matrix. What are you talking about?
He digitized his penis to go back.
Exactly.
Can't go back, man. There's spots on.
Uploaded that bitch to the server, bro.
No, that shit is in another instance and shit.
It's in the interwebs.
That shit gone. But but nobody talks about this stuff because you can't. You can't talk about it. You can't say it because it's like it's a no, and there's a narrative. You know what happened when I went on? I casually went on Twitter. And I'll say I want to ask you guys, what are some of the things that you noticed that's kind of bizarre on Twitter in terms of a narrative that's being spewed? Mine personally is going to be the fucking vaccines, man. I try to not think about it. I open it up. And the first thing that I see is the CDC says that everything's okay with the vaccine. You have nothing to worry about. These anti-vaxxers are doing this and this and this. I have a sister. She can't take the vaccine, and she gets lumped in with anti-vaxxers. Now, the reason why she can't take it is because she has an autoimmune condition, and she has Graves' disease. So she can't. But here's the slippery slope. Here's why I think that society will try to right itself. Because I feel like with social media, information travels fast. Once this exodus is over, I think that everyone is going to be limited with social media. Once we launch our coup and stop them from taking our freedoms away. Because people are like, okay, you're not supposed to disclose medical histories. You know what I'm saying? So if my sister goes into a store and they ask her, "Why? Where's your Show me your papers. Show me your passport papers." And then she's going to have to tell them her medical history, which is a fucking no-no. It's unconstitutional as fuck.
Right now it's a no-no. They changed the law.
This is very true. You know what I mean? But it's all contingent. It's all contingent on making sure that they don't get to that point. And again, with everybody on lockdown and everybody doing things via the mail, it's hard to track everything that's going on and to count things. You're not there. Can't read it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible that a lot of things can be altered. Go on.
Look at schools. Schools is heavily fucking altered now compared to what it was for back when I was a kid. And shit like that. Like, you got fucking grade 3 fucking kids learning fucking coding, computer coding at grade 3, bro. Like, what? Bro.
I did that when I was in second grade myself. I knew what to do because I was interested in it. But more importantly, you don't know about this, Fatal, but we used to have a Pledge of Allegiance. You know what I mean? What was it? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and
United
to the
States of
republic.
America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I remember this shit like it was yesterday. I was in middle school.
We used to have to say that shit every fucking day.
Every day we had to put out. So there was one.
No, that's what just had to listen to the national.
Wait, so that shit gone, bro?
It's gone.
They don't do it anymore?
It's been gone for about 17 years.
What? It been that long?
Yeah, well, how could a God look over a nation, dude? The nation is fucking shit, bro.
They stopped making us do it. They stopped making us do it every day in like 5th grade. For me. In like 5th grade.
For me.
Yeah, you're right. It did fall off a little bit.
For me, it used to do it all the time. And then when my sisters were in school, we all would have to do that shit because the whole fucking school would get quiet and they would all say that shit in unison. You know what I'm saying? And then we can go on our day. That's a part of the United States culture. I remember this fucking time. I wouldn't say it's a cult. It's a part of the culture. I mean, it's part of why you're there. It was a Muslim chick that did not want to stand up for the what is it called again? Pledge of Allegiance. She did not want to stand up. And she said it was against her religion and culture to do it. And they cater to her. Now, if you brought your brown ass to the fucking United States talking some shit, I don't want to do it, get the fuck out. You can't go to fucking China and say, I don't want to do X, Y, and Z, yo. You probably get killed.
Yeah, you would. But hey, yo, listen, man, I got to bounce out of here, dude.
All right, man. Peace out, man. I really appreciate your time, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, anytime.
Anytime.
Now that I'm on the right server, I know where I am.
Yep, you can just drop right the fuck in. It's always Saturdays at 8 o'clock.
All right, cool, man. I'll be here, man. All right, later, guys.
All right, later,
Peace,
man.
Later, man.
It's crazy. It's absolutely fucking ludicrous. In the process of trying to please everybody, and my mom used to always tell me, you can't please everyone. In the process of pleasing everybody, you please no one. Everyone is going to have a problem, and you can't juggle them all. What's your thoughts on that, Black? All of what we were talking about before we close.
Oh, man, I don't know, man. This shit crazy, dog. Like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of scared for the future, bro. You know what I'm saying? Before shit get too crazy, bro, I hope I'm not allowed to see that shit. But things are moving rapidly in the wrong direction, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we have a normalcy, dog.
I've always believed that this pandemic has always been a means to accelerate a direction of where the powers to be wants everything to go.
Planned Parenthood.
You know what I'm saying? You remember they were saying that shit too? My body, my choice. You remember how people were like, no, abortions, right? You know, people can't even deny vaccinations because, well, fuck you. That's why.
Yeah.
You know, I thought you said my body, my choice.
Yo,
no,
my body,
not
my
that.
choice. That's just out the window now.
Not that way. They said not that way.
Only on Thursday. Only on Thursday.
Only when it be. You know
the amount of silliness that is going on. The amount of silliness is going on social media baffles me. My boy Ken, right? Retro Ken. That nigga keep getting banned, changing his name. That nigga can't stop. He can't stop himself, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. I'm like, look at this. He can always get in arguments. I'm like, leave these niggas alone. But he goes ahead. I'm like, just stop, man. That dude does it on purpose, yo. He be just saying the most fucking volatile shit, yo. He go on there and talk about a PlayStation, talk about some, yo, this is literally the best console I've ever played. Fuck what you heard. That don't work, right? People ignore that shit. Yo, you have to be the stupidest motherfucking person to buy an Xbox. People don't say nothing there. Yo, you gay as hell if you get an Xbox. Wait, hold the fuck up now. I'll be like, no, this dude is taking it to, yo, he'll say that they get banned. What I do?
He been putting the bait out there for the motherfuckers so they can't see that shit.
Like a motherfucker, bro.
I was like, I be looking at that shit the whole time, yo. I'm like, you gonna get me sucked into this bullshit, man.
I be laughing, dog. Like, he doing the good work. I don't have to do it, bro. I was like, yep.
That nigga, I'm confident. I am confident to say that he and his girl take shifts.
She be on that too?
She must have borrowed his shit. She be like, all right, it's time for you to go to bed. I got this for the night. PlayStation is the best motherfucking thing that I ever seen in my life. You get another console, yo, you're the dumbest motherfucker, and you're an anti-vaxxer. I'm like, whoa.
Damn.
Wait a minute, my body, my choice. Wait a minute.
But y'all, no, not that Ken, Devil, Retro Ken. But it's funny though. People sit there and they talk about when I go online, it baffles me. Ken did say something that wasn't PlayStation centric, and it was accurate. He literally said something that was so. He was like, "Listen, you shouldn't have to force people. That's their body." And the motherfucker blocked him. He says some ill shit and blocked them. I'm like, yo, what kind of a pussy bitch does some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? You blocking somebody. So he didn't block me. I posted in there what Anthony Fauci said. Anthony Fauci said that this shit is communicable with the vax people and the unvax people almost equally. The motherfucker didn't even reply, yo. So this is what we're gonna do. You know what it is? It's human nature. People don't like to be wrong, and in this world, there's entitlement and there's ego, and both of them are totally fucking. Is a recipe for disaster. There are people, and I think this is the same thing that's happening with the science of this all. They don't want to admit that they are wrong about this shit, and they just pressing on, and they don't want to even think about that shit. They're like, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to ride this shit till the wheels fall off and shit like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Until lawsuits start happening. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're talking. It's like, what's the, you know, I just look at it. When I go on Twitter, yo, it's a barrage of shit talking about, yo, anti-vaxxers is extending this. And, you know, you need to have the vaccine, and the vaccines are safe, and the vaccines are safe, and the vaccines are safe. And I'm like, damn, I'm just trying to see what's the PlayStation news. What the fuck? All I want to do is see some PlayStation news, and you just get this shit, yo. And there be paid advertisements within the fucking list of tweets. Mixed the fuck in. Remixed. Have nothing to do with what I wanted to do, you know? When do you think it's going to end, Killer Tay? What do you think it needs? What do you think needs to happen to forcefully end this shit?
Motherfuckers to not pay attention. That's the only way. That's the only way motherfuckers, this shit will stop. It's just not listening to what none of these motherfuckers are talking about. And when motherfuckers out there talking to themselves, that's when they'll shut up.
Looking stupid as fuck. Looking real dumb talking to yourself. The only thing is the fucking government. See, I think your governor is doing the Lord's work. Honest to God, I do. They don't have anything ready. I can see if it cut it in half in terms of the transmissibility of the virus, it doesn't do anything. And some of the stuff that it does is questionable. And this is coming directly from the CDC. So I don't know what it's doing viral-wise. But they've said this time and time again. A person that is vaccinated double times could still spread it and still catch it. Same way. It's not.
It just won't be as bad.
It just won't be as bad. That's the new rhetoric. That's what I've heard. That's new rhetoric. But it keeps changing. Watch next month. This one was bad, but this new. And then they got the fucking Delta back to back.
Yo, I seen a post yesterday, right? And it said, when the next time a new variant comes out is when people start not being afraid.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they'll announce a new variant. I'm like, that's crazy. I know they was just saying that shit to be funny, but that makes a lot of fucking sense. Because this Delta variant didn't come out until motherfuckers stopped carrying.
Yeah.
And now the Delta variant came out. Oh, motherfuckers scared again.
And they said this. They said this in the news. They said this shit in the news. They said, I know fear is such a powerful tool here. We're not trying to scare anyone, but what do you got to say about the unvaccinated people? What do you got to say about that? I'm like, did this bitch really just say that shit? Like, you using fear as a tactic to move people along? They will talk about this shit 25 hours a day, 8 days a fucking week. Just back to back, day and night, man. Oh, you really should be afraid of the new Delta Plus variant. And then behind that, if we do get a vaccine, it's the Delta Plus Max. And then after that, there's the Delta Plus Max SE.
Shit coming out like iPhones.
And I'm like, yo, like, what is this? Who's coming up with these cute names? The Delta Plus.
Max SE. God damn.
Why not call it Foxtrot? Yo, they said the Delta Plus. They had to use the word plus to let you know This shit is more of.
That one got Black Air Force energy.
They said plus. They said, oh no. They use these terminologies. If you look at the shit, it's the terminology that they use. They got 3 of these fucking variants back to back. The next one is more transmissible than the next one.
Yeah.
Yo, to be honest with you, if we let them do it, it will be. And the funny thing is, I'll say this in closing, and I'll let Black get the last word. I'll say this though. This shit is looking like China right now. We got the face mask and every fucking thing, and the censored news. You can't get nothing else but what they want you to get, which is COVID. COVID, negative COVID, COVID, and masks. Niggas talking about some wear 2 of them to be safe, and the face mask and the face guard. And you got to get double vaccinated. If the mask worked, then we don't need the vaccine. Am I right or wrong? And if the vaccine worked, then we don't need the mask. Am I right or wrong? Why do we need both? For extra protection? Why is it not working properly?
Like wearing 2 condoms.
That's basically what it. Wear 2 of them. And on top of it, there's gaps where your nose is, especially if you have that nigga nose. It's going to space out your fucking, like I do. You're just going to space out your fucking mask. So the air is just going to go over the fucking mask and then anyway. You ain't blocking shit. Some people got small.
All that COVID in. Son.
All that COVID. That's what I mean. Like, people are not using critical. That's why I was getting so angry about this shit. Black. It's not about the news. It's people do not use fucking critical thinking. Period. This shit is so annoying. Niggas is acting like if I wear the mask, I'm totally okay. If I wear the mask, man, it's back to back. I could just be shoulder to shoulder. No, they were like masks and 6 feet apart and 6 feet apart. And then they start making caveats when you go to school. He said, I almost died the first night I took the second vaccine. Bro, I had coworkers that was shaking for fucking days, not because of the nervous system, but they had like a crazy fucking fever that couldn't break. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I don't want to scare people either, but like people need to fucking think about what the fuck they're doing. Some people it will affect, some people it won't. I get it. Everything have risks. My issue with the vaccine is that it's not preventing you from getting it at all. That's my problem. It doesn't stop it at all. You just get steamrolled. And my sisters, they didn't even know they fucking had COVID. They just woke up, I can't smell shit. Let me just get a test. That was the only thing that they thought. That's the only symptom. One of them had diarrhea. And she drinks a lot of fucking milk. Could have been like, we all in my family are lactose intolerant, so she didn't think nothing of it. And took a little, she did her little boo-boos and kept it the fuck moving. Next day, she couldn't.
Was like, yeah, I am losing 15 pounds right now. Yay!
She's like, yo, I can't smell shit. What the fuck? It turns out that she had the COVID. All I'm saying is this: if it worked, even if it cut your chances in 50%, then I'd be like, yeah, it's probably a reason. Yeah, I could do that. And don't do shit. And you feel like shit for taking it sometimes. You know, depending on who you are. But just go into the basic science. They said that it doesn't stop transmissibility. It's still communicable, the same equal. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of the symptoms, we can't even tell if it does lighten the symptoms because some people don't even fucking know they have it. Black, what you gotta say as to end this all up?
No, I think you round off things pretty nicely, bro. I really ain't got nothing to add on to it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, yeah, absolutely. You know, I want to thank the whole panel. Fado, I know he's not here. Thank you so much for that, Fado. Thank you so much for that, Magnificent Black and Killer Tay, man. And don't forget, you get the COVID shot, man, your dick fall off. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great day. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry. Let me read this shit. Vaccines don't stop you from getting anything, though. The whole point is to train your body to fight it. That is stopping you from getting it. If your body has the antibodies to know what it looks like, what it's looking for, then you don't get it. My problem, Devil Shooter, is that it doesn't do anything. That's my whole issue. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't even do that. What you just posted, it doesn't even do that. If it did it, I wouldn't have too much of an issue. And if it does do what it's supposed to do, then the FDA should approve it. Why not? What's wrong with it? Oh, it takes years to do it. Then don't fucking release it then. Oh, it's emergency purposes. Then, I mean, don't release it then. Because ultimately, it didn't do anything. That's all I'm saying, Devil. That's all I'm saying. But you guys, thank you so much for joining this podcast. I didn't think it was going to be, because I know last week it was fucked up, and I was high as a motherfucker, man, and naked on the beach somewhere. Somebody could have easily ravaged my asshole. Somebody could have gave me an injection.
He was in his ear talking about cocaine.
That's why I hear you fucking digitized bitch. Somebody almost gave me a COVID vaccination on the beach, yo. They almost gave me an injection right on the beach, man.
Yeah, he was face down, ass up.
Face down, ass up. I would be like, you lose life. Wasted. No, what they call it? Slashed. Destroyed. It fucking fucked me up. Slash. Oh shit, guys. Yo, peace out, guys. I see what you said, Devil. Yo, appreciate you jumping in yesterday in my stream, and I appreciate you jumping in today. I really appreciate you, man. Peace out, guys.